I'm so excited. I am here today, if you haven't guessed by the title, to do another episode in my Another Booktuber Picks My Book Haul series. If you haven't seen one of these before, I think I've done 4 in the past with 4 fellow wonderful booktubers who I requested to essentially do a book haul swap with. We set a budget and we both sent each other in our respective cities and countries a parcel of books within that budget, maybe a little bit over, I don't know, like I might have cheated this time. And then I'm able to film a video unboxing what they sent me. It's a really nice opportunity to obviously have somebody else curate what's on my bookcases, to pick out books they think I'll like, and also to just shout out a booktuber I love to all of you and gush a little bit about them so that you might check them out if you haven't already. And in this episode, I have done a swap with Tasman over at Tea Books and Tasman. Now, I was thinking about this and I think I first met Tasman almost 3 years ago, something like that. We met at a Penguin Publishing Christmas party, and ever since then we've stayed in touch online via social media, as many of my booktube friends have manifested, and I absolutely love her content. She is a theatre student, she's also a poet, she has a separate Instagram dedicated entirely to her poetry. In fact, she reads diversely and widely in different genres, from like plays to YA fantasy to middle grade to contemporary novels, a little bit of everything, and that's always one of my favourite characteristics when it comes to any channel, that I might just discover the most random book out of the blue. And I really trust Tasman's opinion because we've had very similar feelings to a lot of books. She's also a big fan of ye olde mythology, which is something I always appreciate chatting with other people about. And she basically just creates fantastic, beautiful content and is just like a beautiful soul. So 100% recommend that you check out her channel and find out what I perhaps sent her if you do. But in the meantime, I'm gonna find out what she sent me, which I have absolutely no idea. I haven't done one of these in a while and there's something like a little bit like nerve-wracking about it. So let's open this parcel up. Bear with me, I'm not as strong as I was when I could still go to the gym to lift weights. Right, got it? Okay. Oh my goodness, there's 3 books in here. Okay, okay, this parcel is really stuck down fast. Okay, let's draw the first one out. Okay, we've got hardback. Ooh, oh my god, okay, right. Chinese fairy tales, whilst we're on the topic of like folk tales and mythology. This is Chinese Fairy Tales and Legends by Richard Wilhelm and Frederick M. Martins. First off, stunning, like beautiful book, naked hardcover, gold foiling, 2 of my favourite features on any book cover, and also such an interesting topic. So I have to say, I have recently been trying to read more folk tales and mythologies and legends from different cultures because I'm reasonably well versed in my own culture's folk tales, like Scotland. I also know a lot about Greek and Roman mythology because that is the area that I research for my PhD and have studied all throughout university. But I've always been interested in mythology and folklore and really religion of everywhere since I was a child. It was always a topic that I was really drawn to, and I've maybe just let my reading fall to the wayside when it comes to non-classical mythology in the past few years. So I've actually actively been making an effort to acquire a few books that are about different cultures, folk tales and legends. So this is like honestly perfectly timed, and China for one is definitely a country that I don't know tons about its legends and its folktales, so this will be so interesting. It says on the back, fearless heroes, feisty princesses, sly magicians, terrifying dragons, talking foxes and miniature dogs. They all feature in this enthralling compendium of Chinese fairy tales and legends, along with an array of equally colourful characters and captivating plots. Okay, I mean, I haven't read this, so I can't comment on it, but I'm so excited about it. Thank you so much, Tasman. Okay, what do we have now? Next up, got a paperback. Okay, I know Tasman was nervous that I might have read some of these books, and she did a lot of research to make sure that I hadn't, and she was correct. I have not read this despite the fact that everybody else on the planet seems to, and that is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is a sci-fi novel, and actually, gotta say, if you've just seen my most recent TBR, I was also saying I wanted to read more sci-fi set in space that falls within the sort of more like hard sci-fi genre. So this is one that I know tons of people adore because it appeals to like a wide audience, as it's quite literary, it's got really interesting character studies, I think there's queer rep in here, beautiful writing from what I hear, and also just like an intriguing story and world. So I'm so excited to have a copy of this. Thank you so much, Tasman. I have not read this. Like I said, despite everybody probably telling me I should, and the fact that I'm probably going to love it, and I'm really grateful that I now have a copy. It is set in space. It's about, I believe, like a group of different characters on a planet or a space station together. When Rosemary Harper joins the crew of the Wayfarer, she's expecting much. The Wayfarer, a patched up ship that's seen better days, offers her everything she could possibly want. A small, quiet spot to call home for a while, adventure in far off corners of the galaxy, and distance from her troubled past. But Rosemary gets more than she bargained for with Wayfarer. The crew is a mishmash of species and personalities, from Sussex, the friendly reptilian pilot, to Kizzy and Jenks, the constantly sparring engineers who keep the ship running. Life on board is chaotic, but more or less peaceful, exactly what Rosemary wants. Until the crew are offered the job of a lifetime, the chance to build a hyperspace tunnel to a distant planet. They'll earn enough money to live comfortably for years, if they survive the long trip through war-torn space without endangering any of the fragile alliances that keep the galaxy peaceful. But Rosemary isn't the only person on board with secrets to hide, and a crew will soon discover that space may be vast, but spaceships are very small indeed. Okay, call me excited because that's what I am. I'm so pleased to finally like have a copy and be pushed to read this book that I know so many people love. So we then have one last book. Let's draw it out. I haven't read this either, Tasman. I feel like I'm talking to Tasman right now, and I'm 100% gonna have to go leave her a voice message once I've finished filming this video. But no, I have not read this book. And it's another one I've just heard amazing things about, and I'm pretty sure it has queer rep, female romance rep even. So that is, of course, Things a Bright Girl Can Do by Sally Nichols. This is a middle grade book because, like I said, I have heard of it and I've thought about picking it up in the past. It's a middle grade book, but it follows the suffrage movement in the United Kingdom in the early 1900s, and we follow like a group of girls involved in that movement. So it's historical, it's YA. I think I just said it's middle grade. I'm pretty sure it's YA, not middle grade. So it's historical YA with a feminist twist, and like I said, I'm pretty sure female romance rep, because I always see this in the lesbian section of Gaze the Word Bookshop and debate whether I should read it or not. So the fact that Tasman has sent this to me and clearly thinks I'm going to enjoy it is all the encouragement I needed. Oh, this is such a lovely collection, and like I kind of indicated with Tasman's channel, really different books from completely different genres, and I think this is like a really nice indicator of some of the content you will get if you visit Tasman, and I'm really like pleased to have her had picked these books out for me. I feel like I'm so inarticulate right now. It's one thing when you've like sat down to film a book haul where you're prepared and you know what all the books are, but then when you're actually opening a surprise parcel that you don't know anything about, I get a little bit flustered but very excited. So yeah, if you can't tell, I'm buzzed about all of these books. You should 100% go and check out Tasman over on her channel and on Instagram. She's actually currently running a series of live streams in honour of Pride Month, which we're currently in the month of June, if you're watching this when it first goes up, and I myself am going to be one of the guests on the final live stream, which is on the 27th of June. So this video will be up before then, and I would encourage you to come and like chat with us on that live stream and check out the ones that Tasman has already released, because they are so incredibly important and insightful and wonderful discussions, and she's just doing amazing things. So yeah, I've probably gushed on for long enough. Thank you once again, Tasman, for these books. You will see me read and review these in coming videos, and I hope you are all having a lovely week. Until next time, happy reading. I'll see you all again soon. Bye guys.